Hello, welcome to this course on cloud computing. Before going to start the actual course, let me introduce myself. Myself, P. Sridhar, working as assistant professor in the Department of Emerging Technologies in Computer Science from G. Pullareddy Engineering College. So, these are the topics in the first unit. So, roots of cloud computing, layers and types of clouds, features of a cloud, cloud infrastructure management, infrastructure as a service providers, platform as a service providers, and finally, challenges and risk. So before going to the first topic, roots of cloud computing, first let us see what is cloud computing and what are the characteristics of cloud computing, benefits of cloud computing, and the drawbacks of cloud computing. So cloud computing, it is defined as storing and accessing of data computing services over the internet. So we can store the data and we can access the data, and we can also access the various computing services through the internet. So the main thing we require to access the cloud computing is the internet. So when you are accessing the services of the cloud, it doesn't store any data like the files, images, documents, audio, video, and more on our computer. So it is the on-demand availability of computer services like the servers, data storage, networking databases, and many more. The main purpose of the cloud computing is to access data centers to many users, and also users can access data from remote server. So instead of owning the infrastructure for accessing the any services, we use the services of the cloud, means the data will be stored somewhere else and we are accessing the services of the cloud. So for example, cloud computing services are AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, IBM, and many more. So let us take the example of the cloud computing, basic example, real-time example. So whenever you are traveling through the bus or the train, generally we take ticket for our destination and we'll hold the ticket until we reach the destination. Like ours, others also, other passengers will take the ticket and travel in the same bus along with us. So when your stop comes to you, that is when you reach the destination and you get off the bus and thanking the driver or acknowledging the driver. So here in this example, cloud computing is just like the bus, and it carries yourself along with other passengers and reaches the destination. So bus is here we treated as cloud computing, and passengers are data and information. So we are reaching the destination with minimal cost. So for reaching the destination, we need to purchase the vehicle and we need to go to the destination. So instead of purchasing the bus and reaching the destination, rather we are moving the destination with minimal cost, that is purchasing the ticket. The next question, why cloud computing? We have so many computing, centralized computing, distributed computing, and why cloud computing? Small as well as the large companies follow the traditional methods to provide the IT infrastructure. IT infrastructure means so the server, the database server, mail server, networking server, firewalls, routers, modem, switches, and the query per second means how many queries are running, or how many queries are handled by the particular server. So to establish this type of infrastructure, the companies are spending the more amount on the infrastructure. So to overcome these problems and reduce the IT infrastructure cost, the cloud computing comes into existence. That is, the company's ultimate choice is the cloud computing. So if you see this figure, here there are the several components: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. These are the, we can say, the layers of the cloud, and the devices, storage component, mobile component, applications, databases, servers. These are the other components are available in the cloud. Coming to the characteristics of cloud computing. So the following are the characteristics of cloud computing. First one is the agility. The cloud works in the distributed computing environment. Let us see what is the distributed computing environment, how it is different from the centralized computing environment. In centralized computing environment, all the data will be available in one system and users are going to be accessed from that system only. So if anything goes wrong with that system, the data will be lost. So this is the major drawback in the centralized computing. So coming to the distributed computing, data will be available in all systems. So if anything goes wrong with one system, that is the system crashes or collapsed due to the environment reasons or maybe some other reasons, the data can be get from the other systems. So this is the advantage we have in the distributed computing. So the cloud will work on the distributed computing. So it shares the resources among the users and works very fast compared to the other computing platforms. Why? Because so the data will be available in all the systems. So users can get the data from nearby systems. Second one, high availability and reliability. The availability of the servers is high and more reliable because the chances of infrastructure failures are minimum. So the cloud will give the assurance that the data availability will be more and the quality of the service also good compared to the other platforms. So in such a way, the cloud will be designed, in cloud infrastructure will be designed. High scalability. So high scalability in the sense the cloud offers on-demand provisioning of resources on the large scale without having engineers for peak loads. On-demand means whenever there is a need to access the services can be accessed without any interruption, and if the demand is more, that is load on the servers is very high, and in that situations the server capacity will be increased automatically. So on demand, so whenever there is a need to access the services, we can access. Multi-sharing. So with the help of the cloud computing, multiple users and applications can work with more efficiency with the cost reduction by sharing the common infrastructure. So here the multiple users are going to be access the services. So here the infrastructure will be shared among the several users. Instead of having their own infrastructure, the common infrastructure will be shared among the several users, and applications can work well with the all users platform. Next characteristic is device and location independence. So the cloud computing enables that users to access the systems using the web browser regardless of their location. Means from anywhere we can access the services of the cloud. Whatever the devices we may use, we may go with the PC or we may go with the mobile phone, etc. And here, while accessing the services of the cloud, infrastructure will be located somewhere else. That is, the infrastructure will be provided by the cloud service provider, and the accessing of the service will be done with the help of the internet. So users can be connect with the internet from anywhere. That is the meaning of the location independence. We can access the services of the cloud irrespective of the location. The maintenance. So maintenance of the cloud computing applications is easier because we do not need to install the infrastructure on our systems. So it can be accessed from the internet, so those will be installed somewhere else. Infrastructure will be available on the remote location, and we can access these services from the different places. So the service provider will take care about the maintenance of all those systems and the components which are necessary to run your application. Next, low cost. So IT company here need not to purchase the infrastructure in order to access the services. Rather, it concentrates on the application scenario instead of focusing on the how applications will work and what are the necessary components we require to run that application. So we need not to bother about those components. Rather, we always concentrate on the application. So the cost will be very less. And the cost feature we have here in cloud computing is pay as per usage of resources. So that is how much time you are utilizing the resources. For that time only we are paying the money. Services in the pay per usage. So application programming interfaces are provided to the users so that they can access the services on the cloud by using the APIs. So the feature we have in the cloud is pay the charges as per the usage of service. So let us take the example. You have done the account in the cloud and you are keeping the data over a period of 30 days. So when you are downloading the data, if it takes 1 minute of time for downloading data, your charge will be done per minute only instead of the 30 days. That is the meaning of pay per the usage of the services. Instead of billing the charge for 30 days, it will charge for only duration of time the downloading of the services. The one most important feature we have in the cloud computing is always inbound data transfer is free. That is, storing our data in the cloud is always free, but when you are trying to download the data, it is chargeable. Inbound data transfer is always free, outbound data transfer is always costable. Coming to the advantages. So these are the several advantages we have with the cloud computing. So first one is the backup and restore data, improved collaboration, excellent accessibility, low maintenance cost, mobility, services in pay per use, unlimited storage capacity, data security. So these are the advantages we have.